Hey there, welcome into the show. I am so excited for what we have cooking up on today's program. I have put together my absolute perfect Philadelphia Eagles off-season plan. These are the specific moves that Howie Roseman needs to make to get the Eagles back to being a legitimate Super Bowl contender. But before we get into the trades, the signings, and the draft strategy, we have to acknowledge where we are. The off-season is officially here. It is underway for the Eagles. And I know a lot of you were fatigued by how this past season ended. I think we all felt it. We all knew that the Eagles' offense had a ceiling with Kevin Patullo. The good news? He is gone. And this off-season is pivotal. I've got you covered on everything: news, rumors, free agency reports. I'll be at the NFL Combine, I'll be at the Super Bowl, and anytime there is trade buzz, we are going to talk about it right here. We are so close to hitting 143,000 subscribers, literally just 33 away, so lock us in and hit that subscribe button right now. Let's start with the foundation. The Eagles' off-season profile. Right now, the base salary cap for the NFL sits at $295.5 million. But let me tell you, that number is going to go up. The NFL made bank again in 2025, business is booming, and once they tally the revenue, I guarantee you the cap pushes well over $300 million. Currently, the Eagles have about $20.2 million in cap space, which ranks 19th in the league. That sounds tight, but we know Howie Roseman is a wizard. He will restructure deals, he will move money around, and he will open up the space needed to make moves. Now, look at the draft capital. Philadelphia is slated to have 8 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft. They have their own first and second round picks. They have a third rounder from the Jets via the Haason Reddick trade. They have compensatory picks projected in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. This is ammunition. Howie can use these to draft young talent, or he can package them to go hunting for a star via trade. So, here is step 1 of my perfect off-season plan: fix the offense. Specifically, you have to get the offensive coordinator hire right. The job of an OC is to put players in a position to succeed, and Kevin Patullo simply did not do that. The Eagles averaged 9.5 points per game in the second half of games this year. 6 times they didn't score at all in the second half. That is unacceptable. I have 5 favorite candidates for this job. Brian Daboll, the former Giants head coach. Todd Monken, currently with the Ravens but likely out with the coaching change there. Mike McDaniel, former Dolphins head coach, imagine his creativity in Philly. Kevin Stefanski, former Browns head coach. And Nathan Shilhasa, the pass game coordinator for the Rams. Whoever it is, the priority is simple: get Jalen Hurts back on track. Statistically, Hurts had a decent 2025 to 3,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, but a lot of those numbers were empty. He needs a coordinator who can maximize his skill set like Shane Steichen did. Step 2, rebuild the offensive line. This is going to be a difficult task. We dealt with injuries all year: Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson. Howie has options. He could draft a lineman high, which he loves to do. He could move Dickerson to center and trade Jurgens. Or, he could look at a reunion. I think the Eagles should trade for Mekhi Becton. He was miserable with the Chargers this year, didn't fit the scheme, and didn't like the coaching. He signed a 2-year, $20 million deal, so he's affordable. We know he works in Philly. He had a career year here in 2024. Bring him back to play guard, where he dominates. Do not overspend on average linemen in free agency, bring back the guy who knows the building. Step 3, soling the pass rush. This is where things get exciting. The Eagles have big decisions to make. Jalix Hunt showed great development, and Nolan Smith is a key piece, but they need a game wrecker. They could resign Jaelan Phillips. Since trading for him, the Eagles had the #1 scoring defense in the NFL. He was a game changer. But what if they aim higher? What about a trade for MAXX CROSBY? I don't know if Crosby wants to be a Raider anymore. He's sent cryptic tweets, he had that blowout with the coaching staff at the end of the year, and he wants to win. He fits this city perfectly. He plays with an unbelievable motor, empties the tank every play, and is a relentless hustle guy. Imagine him in midnight green. Or, depending on who the Browns hire, maybe Myles Garrett becomes available. If Cleveland decides to rebuild, Howie has the draft capital to make that phone call. Or in free agency, you look at Trey Hendrickson. He's older, but he's a sack machine. Step 4, take care of your own. There are contract extensions looming for key defensive anchors. Jordan Davis emerged as an all-pro caliber player this year. He is the heart of that defensive line. Sign him now. He's eligible, and if you wait, the price only goes up. The same goes for Jalen Carter. I know the injury history with the shoulders is concerning, but if he balls out in 2026, his price tag hits $35 to $40 million a year. Get him at a discount now. Also, bring back Braden Mann. Punters are people too. He was fantastic. And I'd like to see Reed Blankenship back. He's solid, won't break the bank, and keeps continuity in the secondary. However, I think you let Nakobe Dean walk. It hurts to say because he's a great leader and respected in the locker room, but he's expensive and he's hurt too often. We have depth at linebacker with Jihad Campbell and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. who are cheaper and younger. Step 5, the draft strategy. The Eagles need a cornerback too alongside Kenyon Mitchell. I love the idea of drafting Avion Terrell in the first round. His brother, A.J. Terrell, is a stud for the Falcons. Avion is aggressive, tackles well, has great ball skills, and fits Vic Fangio's scheme perfectly. But here is the bold move I want to see. If the Eagles decide to move on from Dallas Goedert, who is a free agent, I want them to trade up for Kenyon Sadiq. This kid is one of the best tight end prospects in years. He's an exceptional athlete, fast, physical, explosive. He had 560 yards and 8 touchdowns for Oregon this year. Yes, he had a few drops, but his ceiling is sky high. He could be a mismatch nightmare in this offense. Finally, we have to address the kicker situation. A lot of you are saying kicker is a top need. Jake Elliott had the worst year of his career. He missed that crucial extra point against the Niners that probably cost us the game. He was only 50% from 50-plus yards. But here is the reality, cutting him costs $10 million in dead money. I don't think Howie swallows that pill. I think Jake gets one last chance to get right, but he is on extremely thin ice. So, that is the plan. Hire a top-tier OC like Mike McDaniel or Brian Daboll. Trade for Mekhi Becton to fix the guard spot. Go big game hunting for a pass rusher like MAXX CROSBY or resign Jaelan Phillips. Extend Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter early to save money. Let Nakobe Dean walk. Draft a corner early, or go get the tight end of the future in Kenyon Sadiq. I want to know what you think. Grade my perfect off-season plan in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. Is this the blueprint to get us back to the Super Bowl? Let me know below. I'm Chase Sr., and I'll see you next time on Philadelphia Eagles Now.